True story. My wife and I were on vacation. We're at a restaurant, okay? Where I've got my chicken, my chicken fingers dipping in my honey mustard sauce. Yeah, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, we hear the couple behind us. My name's Ahi, by the way. I hear this couple behind us, and I hear it start getting heated a little bit. And I'm kind of tuning in, being my little bit of my nosy sides kicking back in there. I hear this couple escalating. Then I hear this statement. I don't want to get into this right now. And then I hear an elevated voice. She comes back with, "I don't care who can hear," right? And I'm like, okay. At this time, oh my, here we go, here we go. So I'll get my popcorn now. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. Yeah, I was that guy, Oh, and it explodes. Of course, I mean, it builds, it builds, it builds. Boom! Right. So what happens here is what you have is two people, and Christians, if you're Christian and you're married, hear me on this, okay? Because listen, there is conflict that arises in the marriages. I don't care where your background is. But the way that the conflict happens is totally different depending on your personality type. So there are a couple of personality types. This is gonna be cut short. I'm gonna give you the abbreviated version, and then if you want the full version, you have to let me know, and I'm gonna get that out to you. I'll drop the link in the chats or in the comments or somewhere, and get you the full video here. I'm gonna break this stuff down in detail. But for you fast swipers, here you go. There are a couple of three main categories of how your spouse is, and knowing where they're at. GI Joe used to say, "Knowing is half the battle," right? Knowing is half the battle. Knowing what your spouse is important. So there's responders, right? Responders, they just want to get it out. They need to get what's inside of them out at all costs. They just need to, sometimes we call it blowing the lid. Okay. They just need to get it out. All right. Then you have your agreeers, right? Agreeers just want to agree. We just want to get along. Can't we just figure, can't we just agree to disagree? And the responders like, no, right? But that's all they just want to, they need to agree. They want to agree. Then there's the understanders, all right? Understanders are individuals that they have to be understood. If they're not understood, we're not done. This conversation isn't done until I get clear understanding. Now we all bounce around in these different categories, but the goal is to get to this last category. And that category is a de-escalator. De-escalators are masterful with dealing with conflict because while they still fulfill their role, because you can be a responder, you can be an agreeer, you can be an understander, right? You can be any of these things and be a de-escalator. And if you can be the de-escalator portion, you can actually take conflict and turn it into something positive. Now, here's the deal. All right, if you want to hear more, I'm about to go into detail about each one of these pieces because if you have a responder with responder, cool, actually. It's a myth that's saying that people